Hello Divi Nation, thank you for joining us in this live stream where I will be showing you how to add star reviews to the profiles of the Babysitter Layout Pack that came out this Monday. So the first thing you will need is Divi, so if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check that in the description below. I've put a link there, so go ahead and discover Divi for yourself. And then you will also need to set up a website using the Babysitter Layout Pack, and last but not least, we'll also need the site reviews plugin, which I have mentioned in the description below as well. So without any further ado, let's get to it. All right, so to make this live stream possible, you will need to install the Babysitter Layout Pack on a WordPress website. And the Babysitter Layout Pack contains 8 different pages. So we have a home page, a landing page, a services page, a profile page, a team page, a booking page, a contact page, and a blog page. And all of these pages and layouts contain their own illustrations, which you can use without any restrictions. And the thing we'll be doing within this tutorial, and I'm going to show you right away, is show you how to add star reviews to the profile. So let's just take a quick look at the profile page. So this is what it looks like without any star reviews added to it. And we're going to replace this section over here. So we're going to replace this text module over here with the star reviews, and we'll also add a submit a review submission form over here as well. So let's just take a look at the result. So this is what the end result will look like. You have the reviews over here, and you have the submission form on the left side as well. All right, so the first thing you will need to do is download the site reviews plugin, which you can find in the description below. So make sure that you go to that link. It's a free plugin, and once you arrive over here, just simply click on the download button. Now let's go back to our WordPress website. Go to the dashboard and move on to plugins. And over here, you can add a new plugin and make sure that you activate the site reviews plugin as well. And I have already done that over here, but make sure that you go through these steps. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, as you can see over here, I have added the pages as separate menu items over here, but we have this one profile page, which we want to appear below the team menu item. And actually you could assign as many profile pages to your team as you want to, and we're going to actually add 2 profile pages to make this work. So I'm just going to pages over here, and I'll open this profile page. I'm going to edit it, and I'm just going to give it another title. So the first person will be Caroline, and then I'm going to update this. And I'm also going to change the permalink over here. And just update the page. All right. And actually, I want to add another page with the same layout, so the profile layout, but just for another person. And I'm going to do that right away. All right, so I'm going to add another page over here, and I just want to show you how to do it on 2 pages because the reviews will be unique to each one of the babysitters. So once somebody submits a review on a certain page, so for instance the Caroline page, the review will only be showcased on the page where Caroline is displayed, so not on the other pages. So I'm just going to give it a title. And I'm going to use the profile page. All right, and I'm going to publish this page as well. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is change my menu. So at the moment, I have this profile page over here, but I just want it to be a sub menu item to the team page. So for that, I'm going to Appearance, Menus, And over here you can see that the Caroline page has been added to the menu because it was the profile page. And I'm just going to drag this and put this right below the team page. And I'm also going to add the Emma page over here. And again, this is going to be a sub menu item. And if you have any questions, make sure that you leave a comment on Facebook or a comment in the live chat on YouTube, because we have somebody over there that's looking to answer all of your questions, and I will be looking at the comments as well. So okay, once you've added your profiles as submenu items to the team, just save your menu. Now you can make some small modifications to this plugin as well, and I'm just going to show you. So just go to site reviews over here, go to settings, and in the general tab you can choose certain options. So you can require approval. For instance, this could be like a nice option to enable because you don't want any type of review to show up on your website, especially if it might be spam or anything like that. So I would recommend setting it to yes, but I'm not going to do this over here because I want my reviews to show up right away after I'm going to add them. So I'll just leave that like this. And you can also require login, so somebody actually has to be logged into WordPress to be able to leave a review. And then I'll move on to reviews. And over here we have the enable avatars option, and I'm going to enable that. This just adds a little bit more credibility if people see the pictures appear right next to the names. So I'm just going to enable this option, and I'm going to save the settings. All right, so the site reviews plugin is actually meant to link with posts, but we can luckily, find a shortcut through that to add these reviews to pages, because the site reviews plugin works with shortcodes, but you need to assign, the reviews to a certain post for them to be unique. So I'm going to add 2 posts. One for each profile. So if you have more profiles, you'll need to add more posts, obviously. So I'm going to add one and give it the name Caroline. Besides that, you won't really have to add anything else. And I'm going to click on publish. All right, so you might think to yourself, why do I have to publish that post? I don't want it to appear on my website. But after we go through all the steps and after we've connected the submit reviews forms to the different posts, we'll be able to put them to draft again so they won't show up on your website. So I'm going to add another post as well. And if you're just joining us, we're showing you how to add star reviews to the profile pages of the Babysitter Layout Pack. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check Divi in the description below. And welcome to this live stream. So I'm going to give this post the name Emma just to match with the profiles. But you could really give it any type of name you want. But this is just for the sake of clarity. All right, so I have these 2 different posts over here, and the next thing I'm going to do is add the reviews, the recent reviews, and the submit form to the 2 different pages. So I'm going to my pages over here, and I'll open the Caroline page first. And to add the shortcodes, you will actually need to use the backend builder because it makes the icon show up, which it doesn't with the visual builder. So just scroll down until you come across this section over here. So if I open this first text module in the second column over here, you will see that this is the reviews section with all of the reviews. So the first thing I'm going to add is the recent reviews, and for that I'm going to open this text module over here, the second one. And I'm going to get rid of all of these, all of this text over here. So the next thing I'm going to do is click on this icon over here. So this has been added from the moment that the plugin has been installed. So I'm just going to click over here, and you see you have 3 options, and I'm going to go with the first one. This will make the reviews show up on your page. So you really don't have to give it a title or anything else, but you can decide on the count. And I'm actually just for the layout, to match with the layout, I'm just going to show 3 reviews on the page. You can also, you know, choose what the minimum rating is, or, you know, other kind of things, but these are really not necessary to make this work. And the next thing I have to do is add a post ID. So remember that we created these posts and we published them, so you actually have to give it a number. So the first one we created was Caroline, so I'm just going to give it number 1. And then you can also hide certain things over here, or add a CSS class if you want to make some appearance changes as well. All right, so I'm not going to hide anything, but just remember that you can do that if you want to. And then I'm going to insert the shortcode, and as you can see, it pops up over here. And I'm going to save it. And the next thing I'll be adding is the submission form, and I'm going to add that to the first column over here. So I'm going to click on Insert Modules, and then I'll search for the text module. And again, I'll have to click on this icon over here, but instead we're going to choose Submit a Site Review. And remember that we added a post ID to the recent reviews. You'll have to you know, use the same number over here if you want the submissions to match with the recent reviews that appear on your page. So I'm just going to give it 1, and next you'll see once we're like editing the Emma profile page, we'll have to use 2 because that's the second post that we've added. And over here you can hide certain elements as well. I'm just going to hide the terms, but of course you could do that according to your own preferences. All right, and then I'm going to save and exit and update. All right. So this is about it for the backend builder. Now that we've added the shortcodes, we can easily switch over to Visual Builder and make some changes to the appearance with the Divi Builder itself. And we'll also need to add a little bit of CSS just for the button because it's a third-party plugin, so we can't actually modify anything we want. But luckily, we can modify some things without using CSS code. So as you can see, the shortcodes are loading over here. And I'm just going to open this. So there are no reviews at the moment, but I'm going to make some appearance changes to this. And the first thing I will do is change the text settings. So I'll move on to the Design tab, open the text subcategory, and make sure that the text font is Nunito actually. And then I'm going to use a bold text font weight. And I'm also going to use the following color that matches the Babysitter Layout Pack. And I'll scroll down, open the heading text subcategory, switch over to the third heading, and over here I'm also going to use Nunito as my font family, and I'm going to use bold for my font weight. Scroll down, and I'm going to use another color of this Babysitter Layout Pack just to make the difference between the title and the body. All right. So you will see all of the changes happening in real life once we add reviews over here, which we will do after we've modified the submission form as well. I'm going to open this. So this is what it looks like at the moment. And again, we're going to apply the same style as the Babysitter layout has to this submission form as well. So the first thing I'll need to do is open the text settings. Again, I'm going to choose Nunito. I'm going to choose a bold font weight and the following color to match the layout pack. And the last thing we'll need to do is add some custom CSS code. So I'm just going to get the CSS code over here. And we'll need to add that CSS code to modify this button that you can see because it doesn't match the layout pack. And you can find this CSS code by going to the blog post, which I have mentioned in the description below. So you can just copy and paste the CSS code right away. So I'm just going to open the settings over here of my page. Of course, you could add it to the entire website, but I'm just going to add it to the page for now. Go to the Advanced tab, open the Custom CSS subcategory, and add the CSS code here. Again, you can find the CSS code in the blog post which I have mentioned in the description below. And then just save my page. All right, and I'm going to exit the Visual Builder. And I want you guys to see how it looks like. So I'm going to give this this person a rating over here. I'm going to give it 5 stars. And I'll add my review as well. And I'm just going to submit it. All right. So once I refresh the page, the reviews should show up, as you can see over here. All right. So we're going to do the same thing for the Emma page as well. And I just want to go through that again so you can see that the reviews are unique to each one of the pages. So again, go to your pages, open the Emma page. And if you're just joining us, we're showing you how to add star reviews to the profile pages of the Babysitter Layout Pack. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, you will need Divi, so make sure that you check the link in the description below, which will lead you to the product page where you can discover Divi for yourself. So again, scroll down until you come across this section. And open this second text module in the second column of the second row over here. Get rid of the text. Click on the following icon, which is the icon that is linked to the plugin that we've installed at the beginning of this live stream. Click on recent site reviews. Again, we're going to add 3 as the count. And over here, next to the post ID, make sure that you change the number. So I'm going to use 2 because that was the second post that we've created at the beginning. And I'm not going to hide anything. So I'm just going to insert a short code, save it. And I'm going to add the submission form to the first column of the second row over here. So again, I'm going to add a text module. I'll click on the following icon. Submit a site review, and I'm going to use the same post ID as I did for the recent reviews, which is 2 because it was the second post that we've created. And I'm going to hide the terms as well, but again, you can choose whichever element you want to hide or not. And then I'm going to click on Insert Shortcode. All right, save and exit. And then I'm going to click on Update. And just wait until I can switch over to Visual Builder, where we'll be making some changes to the appearance. Right, use the Visual Builder. Scroll down, open this text module over here. That includes the shortcode for the recent reviews. Go to the Design tab, open the text subcategory. Make sure that the text font is Nonito. Use a bold font weight again. So as you can see, the steps are exactly the same, besides the fact that you'll have to modify the post ID number. And if you want to follow everything step by step written down, you can check out the blog post in the description below, which will share all of these steps with you, along with this CSS code that you will need for this button over here. All right, then I'm also going to change the second heading, the third heading actually, and again, I'm going to use Nonito as my font family, and I'm going to make it bold. And use a brighter color that matches the layout pack to make the title show up. Okay, and then I'll open the submission form shortcode in the text module as well. And I'll move on to the Design tab, open the text subcategory. Make sure that the font again is Nonito. And I'm using a bold font weight again. And I'll use the same black, not black, but dark blue color for this text as well. All right, and the last thing that we'll need to do again is add the custom CSS code. But if you want to add it to your entire page, not to every single, to your entire website actually, not to every page on its own, you can also go to the themes options of Divi. So just go to Divi, theme options. In the general tab, scroll down, and you can add the custom CSS code over here as well. But if you don't have a lot of profiles, you could just like stick with adding the CSS code to the pages. So again, click on this icon over here, open the settings of your page, go to the advanced tab, open the custom CSS subcategory, and add your custom CSS. All right, again, save your page before you exit the Visual Builder. And I'm going to submit a review over here on this page, the Emma page. Of course, you'll need to modify everything over here, but I'm just going to show you that the reviews are unique. So I'm just going to give it a rating, give it a title, and submit my review. And as you can see, only this review shows up over here. So the best babysitter out there. Whereas over here, let me just go to the Caroline's page real quick. You can see that it's a different review. So the one on the Emma page doesn't show up on the Caroline page, and the one on the Caroline page doesn't show up on the Emma page. Okay, so there's one thing left to do now that we have this, and that's putting our posts back to draft. Of course, you won't have to do that, but you can delete the post because the plugin is linked to them, but luckily you can put them to draft. So just open each one of the posts, and over here you can see that it's published. And put it to draft. Okay. As you can see, this post is a draft. But as I go back to the Caroline page, the reviews will still be there. And people can still submit new reviews as well. So I'm going to do this for the Emma page as well, and then we're done. So if you have any questions, make sure that you leave them in the comment section below. And if you're not an Elegant Themes member yet, make sure that you check Divi in the description below. I've put a link there that leads you to the product page, and you can discover Divi for yourself. All right, so again, I'm going to edit this and put it to draft. All right. Well, that was all for this tutorial. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and we hope that you're enjoying this ongoing Divi Design Initiative where we try to put something extra into your design toolbox each and every week. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in our next video.